let's just look at like the size I'm working with, just so people are sure. I got an 8.5 by, get out of here, you. Anyway, 8.5 by 8.5, 600 DPI. That's pretty big. I see the picture in my head before I'm getting started, but I see, the prompt today was Tintin, and I was thinking, oh man, this Tintin guy's like 15 years old in 1930, and anyway, I want to get him smoking a cigarette in a Parisian cafe. So first I'm looking for Tintin. I don't draw Tintin very often or ever. I don't think I've ever drawn him. I want to get it as close to on model, and I don't want to spend 400 years learning how Hergé did it. Hergé. Scrolling, just quick Google search, find this image. What I liked about it was that he was already sitting. I couldn't find one where Tintin is already smoking because he's a kid. He doesn't smoke. But by the 1950s, he'd be like 25 or 30. So I figured he'd smoke by then. Anyway, this is the image I took. So this is called a swipe. Like Wally Wood said, if you can't draw it, trace it. If you don't have time to trace it, you photograph it. So I'm like, okay, that's my image. It comes a little smaller than this, but I blow it up. I don't care what it looks like or how pixelated it is. You get way in here. Oh, let me shut some stuff off. Boom, boom. It's pretty low res. It certainly wouldn't pass muster for drawing on its own. But I don't need that. I'm going to go on Google and I'm going to try to find out what the background's going to be. So I find the picture I'm looking for. This is the Parisian Cafe picture over here. What a beautiful picture. It's not even the full thing. The original one stretches out quite a bit to the sides, but there's even some people sitting over in this corner. Need a square. Again, kind of low res, but I don't need it high res yet. So just scale it up, because I'm going to trace over it. What you can't trace, photograph. So I'm going to take a photograph and then trace that. What a cheater. Who cares? Put Tintin about where I think he would be sitting, and I use luckily this one came with a ledge, so I'm lining it up. It's obviously not going to sit center, and I don't care about angle. Back of the chair about the same size. Okay. Just little things. Another juxtaposition here is that this chair in front's going to be empty, so as though, poor Snowy has jumped on the table, but Tintin reserves the seat for him. Whatever, man. Trace a drawing. Now, this is where I stop with the original Hergé drawing. I trace it. There it is. I do kind of a cursory job here on the feet. This takes a little time. 5 minutes, 2 minutes. Don't spend too long. I did it with, I don't know, is this like a standard pen with about a 28 stroke? If I was going to do it, let's see. There we go. Yeah, about right. Who cares? I'm not saving it. So, do an outline. I notice I missed a couple pieces. Big deal. That doesn't really hurt me. Great tracing. I don't look at this ever again now. I cut it out so I could see what it would look like. I put some white backing behind it to make it even easier to stand out. I noticed that the table leg needed to be adjusted, so I traced it and just transformed it, pushed it back behind the foot. I wanted it to look like the back foot was resting kind of on the chair leg. Whatever. Okay, so underscore, color underneath everything. Now I can lay it out and start doing a real tracing. So I usually would take this down to 50% opacity. Sometimes I'll add a blue line. Then I was thinking, oh, I'll just print it out, and then I went, no, finish the whole thing, just trace it digitally, because there's too many lines in here. I didn't want to spend all day. Alright, so then I get working on the original here. This is my actual drawing, so I'm working on top of stuff. This is how I work. I will take a complete layer. If I was going to do this again, it'd be, new layer. I fill that guy in black. Get your paint bucket tool, right, boom. And then I'll go on top of that, mask, new. Now I will go to my brush pen, and I kind of approach this as like a sculptor. So like if here's my drawing and I've got my pen. Come on now. Oh, wrong. You gotta draw with white. You going in here. You might not like a draw, Oh no, that's not a model. Well, you can just hit the X button. Now you're drawing against the mask, and you can cut it back in. I like this because you can really see stuff without being destructive. I can come back in and get it right back to how I had it. Anyway, you go through long enough, you get this. This is my foreground, and I think about it in terms of foreground and then background, because I'm going to be running so many lines back here that I don't want to deal with this. Because it's a clear linear style, I don't want variable width. So my brush pen looks, I use like this, it's like a ballpoint pen that I've adjusted a little bit, but it's pretty much a straight ballpoint pen, kind of round. It gives a uniform line, no taper. I will then go back in and taper stuff in the mask. So killing that layer, now coming back in here. You can see kind of where I've done that. Then I'll mute him and paint around him. The way I do these lines too, a lot of it is just like you hit the one point. Oh, sorry. If that's my line, and then you click on the destination point. Then with your mask, because you're working in masks, you just can go back to where your guy is and cut it out. And if you feel like you have to add it back, you don't have to worry about hitting that perfect parallel. I'm going to get rid of these lines. Okay. Anyway, you put those two together. Now you got, kill that. Now you got your line art. I'm going to mute all of that drawing layer. This is your underdrawing. Kill it. Oh, wow. So this is the portion of coloring the line art. Where did I start? For this one, I'm sorry. I'm just going to mute everything here, and we'll put it back together one by one. Thank you. Sorry. Got your blue. Kill that underdrawing. First I did Tintin himself. Simple colors. I took it from, I think, one of his other adventures, but I like that mustard yellow, so I found it. Let's see how we do it. Oh, sorry. I don't know what's going on there. Anyway. Oh, sorry. Bam. There you go. Buddy of mine, Corey, taught me the, you get this awesome color palette, and it's cool. You can go into the grays and whatever you want to, but using only web colors is kind of nice because you can really see where things line up against each other in what little triangle. So I like this kind of orange right here, and I believe this one is not too far off. It's like there to there, and then down a few notches. Similarly, this is down the spectrum a little bit more, but I found it that way. Really through exploring there to there, really similar. So picking out his colors there, coloring him, leaving his skin tone, because I was like, I don't know where to go with that yet. I think I put the airbrush on a little bit later for the cheeks. And we can see how rough and how not rough that is. That's a watercolor brush. This is just a straight brush, and you can see I was kind of sloppy, actually. Sloppier than I'd like to be. I should have gone in here and cleaned that up. But I didn't, so put it back. Yay. Then I think I was trying to drop in what color to do the background, and I did this thing. I found a green, painted the sort of French Parisian cafe wall green. I don't know why. I thought that would be an appropriate army green kind of color. I think it was because it's a derivative of that same thing. Let's see. Yeah, right there. I found this blue kind of accidentally. I kind of wanted something opposite that green. You can look at and see if I can match it. I think what I did was pull up into that blue, and it was somewhere in here. I went, oh. Picked a color, dropped it in there. And because this guy is off, it basically just did this. I masked out later. So that's what it looked like. I said I like that kind of tone. That kind of I liked both of those, and I said, oh, there you go. Now you've two-toned it. Cut out all of him. And if you look, I think there's some windows and stuff cut out. I kind of painted in here with some, I think I did the plot du jour later. But it still worked as a black and white image, sort of with some blue tone on there. You can see some more sloppy stuff I didn't quite pick up there, because I was going fast. Alright, so I've got this and this now, and I think I really want to separate the ground layer from being blue. Again, I think I set this, if you look, this layer is on normal. This one also normal, 100%. This one here, normal, 100%. This is the ground. Unlike the other ones, I didn't do it in mask. I think I just said, forget it. That's what I said. I said forget it and just went straight for the blue. Blue on the tabletops and green. Okay, so now I'm there. How am I going to shade this? For a style that's kind of known for not shading a lot, I wanted to get something in there. I think I added that separately. Yeah. So I dropped that guy on there. Sort of a gold overlay. Kept that still at normal, 100%, huh? What? Multiplied. 60%. That's what it looked like. I took it down in opacity. Let's go back to 60. Alright, like that. I think I duplicated it to give it a little more heft, which probably could be the same achievement as putting that up at 80. Yeah, I know, but maybe not, I don't know. I often do that. Oh, because I wanted to take away some stuff. Let's look at what I took away here. Oh, snowy. So it's basically that whole layer is just there for him. Anyway. Alright. Now the fun part, right? These are my lights. You can see them here. No, you can't. Can't even see it. A little bit on his face. Real subtle stuff. Impact here. Now this layer is set to soft light, 100% opacity. This is a big round. The brush will be like a soft round and probably easily in the thousands of pixels size. Just to show you. Oh, hidden layer, yeah. But, boom. Oh, maybe not. It's smaller. Anyway, brush size is smaller, but couldn't get the right one. Anyway, maybe that big. And I go and just hit anywhere I want that glow going. Doubled it up, got it a little bit more, put another soft light on there. Kind of just building out, knowing that I want a shadowed layer behind him now. Because the light's great, the light source is great. The 1, 2, 3 keeps you kind of, I think, keeps you from leaving the page. And this one here is your center point, so I think it really does a good job of, boom, stacking the composition over here. Alright, so now we go up here. We're going to look at shadows next. Real subtle shadow there. This shadow layer is brushed on. 22%. 18% soft light, soft light. Here's another shadow on top. Now that one's a little more moody. And I would hold it here, drag it across, and hit it, and then mask him out. Or maybe just straight erase him, I don't remember. Yeah, I didn't use too much mask there, but that's how I did that whole... I think that's most of the color. I didn't really like the way that looked by itself, especially at 100% opacity. It's at 53. You know, it's like real airbrushy. It looks terrible. How do you get rid of that 90s airbrush look? Because I'm using a soft brush. I probably could use something a little harder, but anyway. So I found this really great pattern. This is a halftone pattern I picked up from Texture Labs, believe it or not. These guys are amazing, by the way. Pick up all their stuff and give them some love. CMYK dots hard mix, 15 by 1500 pixels. It's a big one. I grab it, stretch it. You can change the scale here from 100 on up, and I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's what that looks like. Change that back. Okay. So that's the halftone pattern. 275. Good. All right. set that to normal. Because it's only affecting because I did this. Hold down that option key. You know, that's what it looks like. It's like, oh, that's terrible. But now it only affects that one layer. Again, you're holding down option and you put it right, the cursor right between it. Now you can click on it. Super effective. If you don't know that trick, that's the trick. If you know, now you know. That'll turn everything white. So that blue line is going to stay off forever. Now we're past color. We're past ink. Now up to one more thing. I'm going to put a light overlay halftone pattern. It's the same pattern as the other one. I set it to linear light, only 24% opacity. It's kind of a little, I like it at 15 or so, but I said, no man, 24. All the way up looks like that. Very cool looking, but too dark to print. 24%. Perfect. Anyway, that's the color job. I have a separate file. This one's a big one because it's got all my stuff on it, and I'll show you kind of how I arrange things. It's probably not nearly as organized because I wasn't thinking of opening it. Oh my gosh, how big is this file? It's so big. This one's big enough. I guess this is kind of half the battle. This is the graphic. So I usually compose those in a separate image altogether and bring that in. Oh man, what did you do? How big is this file? Wow. So I get a cup of coffee. I come back here. I don't think I did the layers right. I'm not needing it because I see this is all dark. I know I had it white, but I'm not saving this file. Don't save it. Don't do it. Okay. This is pretty cool. So this is my other file. This is full of all my files up until this point. If I want that one in, I hit place, embedded. Boom. Look how nice that looks. And that's because I have a levels thing. Kind of takes it down. I think I also have this, look at that. Look at that. Multiply 79% opacity. So I took it way down a notch. The levels. This is my curves layer. This is called the soft S. Or it's a soft S anyway. Good curves layer to have. Your levels layer. This is what I did with it. Came in a little bit on the black. Leave that alone, but thing is that'll affect every layer below it. So these are all my other days and a bunch of other artwork I had going on. Big file though, it's like 5 gigs. What are you doing? Keeps things consistent. Whatever. Here's my border in case I want a different border. I just keep it on hand. I got another. This is a Retro Supply Company paper texture. I've got on top, and I've also got one below. So between the two of them, they're both kind of doing some heavy lifting of underpainting color. This one's really nice though. Then there's this ink fade. This is like a pattern. It's locked. Let's just look at it. It's a subtle pattern. I forgot where that might be a Retro Supply Company thing too, but basically, let's see if you can really see it on the blacks. What what it does sort of is add a faux ink texture. So I set it to screen 70 opacity. Same thing here is another combination. Maybe this is the texture layer. Yeah, that's right. And that's ink. So anyway, combination of between the two of them, you get that nice thing. Set that one to 36% and color burn, is that right? Really nice to play around with these different modes. That subtle halftone pattern just breaks it up just enough. And yeah, that's about it. I got so much different artwork here that looks different under different circumstances. Sometimes I'll keep the layer mask so I can do things like this. And you see how that eye went back? Bam. And then I'll store it up here in case I ever need it again. Wonder Woman here. Let's see what she looked like before I had a bunch of that crap in the side, which is fine. And you can see the white outline of the paper where it now more or less goes away. Anyway, work with masks. They're your friend. Figuring that out was a big deal.